everybody, and welcome. It is not time to see that, but we'll get to that in just a second. Hey, welcome. It is Friday night, and it's time for another Fiber Fun Friday. This week, we have an amazing special guest with us. We are very grateful and to blessed to have Petra from our local yarn store, Unraveled Yarn Boutique, here with us, and she's going to talk to us a little bit. I've got some really hard penetrating questions for her about the deep dark recesses of the the local yarn world, um, or as we like to call it, little yarn. Um, no, I'm actually just making that stuff all up because Petra was just asking me if I was going to ask her a whole bunch of questions, so I had to see if I could make her nervous before I bring her on stage. But and look, she's getting there. She goes. She's leaving. Anyway, but no, we're excited about having Petra here with us tonight, and I'm glad that she graciously agreed to come on and join us. But so without further ado, I'm going to pull in Steel and Stitches and Petra, and the three of us, our very own fairy yarn mother, and I'm going to unmute those microphones for them so they can talk too. Um, but
You're
anyway,
gonna let
so
us do that?
He is right now. Just give him a He may regret that decision before the live is over.
I still can't hear Steel and Stitches hardly.
How's that?
Yep, that's better.
did you mute your microphone again?
I did.
Just tape it to your mouth.
Well, there's this touch button on the top that's very easy to bump.
Yeah, get it.
So let's start off with the thing that's on kind of everybody's mind. The reason that or the excuse that I used to drag you here tonight. So let's talk about the Arkansas Yarn Crawl. Tell us about the Arkansas Yarn Crawl.
I'm not sure exactly who started it exactly. That was actually a conversation we were having, that was going on in the Arkansas Yarn Crawl chat. I think it started about 7 or 8 years ago. So yarn crawls aren't unheard of. They happen in several states, but they just started happening in Arkansas about 7 to 8 years ago. So basically, it's like, I guess from what I've heard people describe it as, it's basically like a bar hop, but it's through the state. Um, I'm assuming that's what that's called. But basically, you just go around from, well, you can see it on the screen. I brought a card because you're all fancy.
Okay, I have
Well, I knew I was going to need it for reference. But
Mine's
this year
in
we
the
have
other room, so
do what?
my card is in the other room.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
He
you got it.
decided since I'm going to be going and he has to come along also that he might as well bring his own passport.
Yeah. So basically, for this year, we have 8 stores. So you can visit each one, and you take this passport with you. You fill out your name and your address on the card. Make sure it's in Sharpie, because if it's not in Sharpie, it'll smear and we won't have your information. But you get prizes, or you can be entered into the prizes. So each store donates, like the crawl is free to you, um, but it's a significant buy-in for us. So, but we have to send off $250 worth of prizes. So each store sends that off. So from what I'm hearing, I haven't got pictures of the prizes yet. From what I'm hearing, the prizes are looking majorly awesome this year. But if you visit like all stores, you get entered into the Yarnaholic prize. If you visit 3 northern stores, you get entered into the Northern Crawler. If you visit the 5 southern stores, you get entered into the Southern Crawler. And then if you visit at least 1 store, you get entered into the smallest prize. So it's a lot of fun. You just go around getting your card filled out. People mark it for you. You get a free bag. The bags are first come, first serve. So wherever you're stopping, you want to kind of go on day 1, because it's never a guarantee that we'll have bags left during the week. But you can just do it by going to 1 store. And I had a lot of people do that last year, just because they wanted to participate, but they couldn't really travel. So I like that it includes everybody. But I think that's a pretty decent rundown.
Yeah.
If you're included in the northern stores, it's you and two over in Fayetteville.
Yeah,
And then the southern stores are Arkadelphia, Hot Springs, Magnolia, Mina, and Malvern.
yeah,
Yeah. I'd like to see in the future there being some more stuff to kind of fill in
yeah.
this big hole right
There
here.
used to be
There
one.
was there was one up in
There's
Hardy a couple years ago. There
yeah,
was supposed to be one in Mountain View that had to
yeah.
drop out. But so yeah,
Yeah, Mountain View closed. I know that Hardy is still there. They just couldn't participate this year. Um, there's some requirements that kind of. Anyway, my point is, Artesia might be back on next year. Because
okay.
Courtney and Laura are working hard to get that over there, like up to more yarn shop standards for a yarn crawl. And I know it looks really good from what I've seen over there. So they might still be on it next year. So they are still there. So if you are this way and you want to go to another yarn store, Hardy's a good place to stop. They have a great tie place over there too.
Yes, they do.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, Hardy has a tie
Wait a
place and
second. How did you
Paragold
know
does
about
it.
this and I don't?
Because I did eat food before you.
She
I
was
ate
she
better
did
food after you, with you, but I did eat food before you.
she did have a life before you.
That's
Maybe not
really
as
not
maybe
true.
maybe not as good of a life, but
Very.
I'm still trying to think where in the world is a Thai place in Hardy that I don't know because I drive through there, or well, I used to drive through
we
there all the time.
we almost missed it. Like it's like right there. Like it's small. I can't remember. I know like going into I think it is going into
I
Hardy.
will
I think
find
it's
it.
on the left.
You don't need to find it right now. We're not driving yet. Right now, we're focusing on the yarn, dear.
Thai
You
food is
are
important too.
Sustenance for the drive, right?
Sabai Thai cuisine.
I
Okay.
think yeah, that sounds right. They
Oh,
have
that's
really
probably they're open Monday through or no, they're open Thursday through Monday. Well, okay, so they'd be open on weekends.
Thursday through Monday.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Take off Tuesday
I
and
know
Wednesday.
that they have more weekend hours over there, whereas like here in Paragold we have more like weekly to Saturday hours, not necessarily
Yeah, Sundays
Sunday.
and Mondays are usually closed for stuff
Yeah,
around here.
right. So
So
hopefully we'll have more.
this is probably the most complicated question that I'm going to ask you tonight, um,
Mhm.
and this is just kind of I guess for me personally, just a clarification thing. Um, I know that you recently changed your hours, and
Yes.
you changed your hours after your normal hours of operation after the promotional materials for the yarn crawl had been printed. So, are you going to be open your new like some set of your new hours, or are you going to be open the hours that are published for the yarn crawl
We'll be
during
open
that
the
week?
hours that are published for Yarn Crawl. So our hours for Yarn Crawl are always different than our regular hours. So we're actually open all, is it 10 days or 9?
You're
It's
open every
9.
single one of them. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I
we're
know.
open every single one. I know. It's exciting. Yarn Crawl is a lot of fun. We had people from out of state. Last year we had Illinois and Texas and I want to say another one, but that I don't remember where. Um,
Austin said it's on the left just
Hi,
past the
Austin.
park.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, our hours will be different. And I know that I think during the week and on the weekends, we're like, I think it's 9 to 6 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I posted now. I have to go back and reference that. But our hours are different than our regular hours for Yarn Crawl. We'll have the opening weekend. We're gonna have Thistle Springs. I think she's about an hour and a half from here. They have sheep. I think it was I know Shetland and something else. It wasn't the merino. Shetland and something else. She'll be here the first 2 days of Yarn Crawl, selling her yarn. that she's sheared from her sheep. She ships it off to be milled, but they farm it themselves. So they'll be here. I believe she's bringing her spinning wheel to spin, and then Tara is also going to be here Saturday afternoon spinning. So if you ever want to see spinning demos, that'll be the time to do it.
So here's the problem. I would really love to see that. Um, we're not going to
We're
be
going to
here.
be over by Ozark Knitting Company when
Okay.
you're doing that.
Oh no. So Tara actually lives here locally, and she's so this is her first spinning demo. So I actually might have her back
Oh,
to
Okay.
even maybe give some spinning lessons. She's actually going to do a drop spindle spinning class
I
for
wanna
me
learn
in
how to do that
September.
so bad.
So she's going to do that in September.
September, I have something I need to be doing here. Actually, we have something we need to be doing. We both need to take that class.
I'm not buying sheep for the backyard.
No,
You can buy
no,
just fiber. You don't have to
no.
buy sheep.
We could let Ricky. Ricky would buy the sheep.
Ricky
Yeah.
can't have the sheep. There's not enough space with the chickens.
You might could get in touch with Shannon Pillow. She sells they have sheep and they shear them. She sells wool. So I bet you she'd sell she'd she'd
She sells down by the she
oh
shelf.
my gosh, I can't talk. She would sell she might even sell it right off the sheep for you so you can clean it and everything.
There you go, honey.
I have enough hobbies that I don't have time for.
That's not hobbies. That's supporting. That's being the support staff
Oh
And
my!
for the
she's
business.
Paragold. She's actually in Paragold,
Because
so
you'd be supporting another local business.
it's true.
Why do I feel like this is not going to end well for me?
I
Told you
feel
he was
like
gonna probably try to mute me by the end of the.
every time I buy from a local business and I'm like, man, that was a little bit expensive. I should stop spending so much. I'm like, but it's making their dinner. It's good. It's paying their gas. I'm like,
It's
and
so hard.
I'm not poor, so bills might be hard, but I'm okay. We're okay.
Spend that couple of extra dollars, and you know where it's going.
hmm Yeah, I got George's OMG for dinner tonight. It was so good.
George's is really good.
Oh, I can't get enough of like it's like every time I don't go there for a while and then I get his food, I'm like, why am I not getting his food all the time?
That's okay. Every time I go get Paco's tacos, I always feel like I'm cheating on Carlos.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I mean, they're
Although
both really,
Paco's
really good.
they're both really good, right? Yeah, have you had their burrito over at Paco's Tacos?
I have not. The only thing I've
Oh
ever
my
got from
gosh.
Paco's Tacos is their tacos.
Get their burrito. It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
We have a lot of really good food here in town.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We do now. We didn't used to.
Except we don't have a Thai place.
Yeah, that if somebody could bring in Thai, I'd be one happy woman. I was like,
There,
how does Hardy have a Thai place in Paragould
there
not?
are a couple of
Jonesboro
Thai places
used
in
to.
Jonesboro.
Yeah, we get Spice Girls a lot. They're
Spice
really
Girls
good.
is really good.
This is actually an important topic, by the way, to Yarn Crawl because people are always asking me where they can eat. So
It's
it does
fair.
coincide. It does coincide.
We are. I haven't started that. That's my next project. For the yarn crawl, you would not believe how complicated it has been to try to figure out the yarn crawl.
Really? Oh, like the map?
To be able to hit each of these locations within the parameters of the yarn crawl hours and days, along with our schedule, has been challenging.
Yeah. I know that has been a challenge for a lot of people, which is why a lot of us, like, so the first year I did it, we all had kind of the same hours.
Mhm.
And so people were like, we really need more time, like, for y'all to be open. So that's why I open so early and close a little later. And I do that every day because that was an issue for people. And then some people only have the weekend. So for me to not be open Sunday in the past was detrimental.
Mhm.
So I will be open Sunday afternoon this year.
those.
Yeah, what are my
So
hours? Can
people
you
can
zoom in on
actually see
that?
that. Yeah, so
Hang
you're
on.
9 to
Fall in
7,
big in that.
9 to 7.
Yeah,
Is that
okay,
better?
that's what I thought. Yes, thank you. 9 to 7 on weekends. Okay.
So it's 9 to 7 Friday and Saturday. When's the sheep and the spinning going to be taking place during that time?
The Friday will be 9. I should
Do I
have
need
brought
to
my
go check your
computer over
Facebook
here.
page?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, maybe. I know
Mhm.
she's going to be there all day Friday, but I can't remember if I told her 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. now. I think I told her 9 a.m. And then on Saturday, she'll be there once again all day, but she'll leave at 4 and not 7. So she'll be here for the full 2 days pretty much. And I'm pretty sure I told her 9 a.m. Pretty sure I did. But I'd have to double check that now. Either way, she'll be here between 10 and 7 Friday for sure, and 10 and 4 on Saturday. So those hours are up for sure.
Every time I see your darning needle set on your Facebook page, I always think it's a stack of cigars.
Ha, I can see that. That's funny. Yeah, totally does look like that.
Yeah, I figured put
I
the
have 2
contact up
sets
there
of
so
those.
other people can see the
This is
Austin
dumb.
said he'd go broke with a Thai place in town. It's true. We probably never not eat Thai.
Well, I used to think that too, but I've managed to not go broke yet with the
Ooh.
Shadracks in town.
Fossil Cove Brewery is pretty close to Fayetteville Shops, is what Austin says.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I mean, we're
Right.
gonna be out there.
Man, y'all. I can't have a beer.
You can be our designated driver.
Oh, thanks.
No.
A tired pregnant woman as a designated driver is what you want at 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. Sure.
Once you've had this one and are ready to either pump and dump or drink again, we will go to Juniper Tree.
Hey, once this baby's out, I told Austin he's bringing me a beer in the hospital. I don't know what you got to do. No, I'm kidding. My birthday's a week after. I plan to have a good time.
I have a 6-pack of the Graveler in my refrigerator.
Everybody's been talking about the Graveler. Like ever since he did it, like everybody's been excited about it. George's was just talking to me about it again today. So
This Springs pop-up shop is going to be from July 19th at 11 a.m. to July 20th at 2 p.m.
Okay, those hours are wrong.
Okay.
I hate
hope you're
Facebook
sleeping
events.
somewhere in between there.
I hate those events. Well, I have it set to 2 days because I just kind of maybe I should make 2 events. I don't know. Facebook events confuse me. I never know how to organize them. They pumped, yeah. Had beer all week.
I haven't tried it yet, but I intend to. I was given a 6-pack of it the other day, and so I got to try it. So
Did they brew a specific one? Was that the Cove for the Arkansas Graveler?
probably,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I just know that there is beer in my fridge that says Graveler on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of sort of related to the yarn crop, not really, but a little bit. You've been doing lately a lot of these hand dyed lots.
Yeah.
How did you get started with that? Where'd that idea come from?
Oh boy. Like anything, it's an accident with me. um I don't really think I just jump. So let's see. Gotta backtrack a little bit in my brain. I guess really just trying to figure out like what can I bring to my shop that's more personal. Because like I love being a yarn shop and selling different brands and stuff, but the more I've been open, the more I've realized like I try to balance out between the most affordable and the fancy and the hand dyed. But I know that the hand dyed is kind of where, especially like during the yarn crawl, the specialty yarns are honestly where it's at for yarn shops. It's the main reason people see yarn, go to a yarn shop, stop at yarn shops, travel to yarn shops. Um, and the more I worked with hand dyes, the more I was fascinated by it. And Arcane Fibers was one of our first hand dyers we put in the store. And he started doing videos on it. And of course, I follow him because he's one of our suppliers that we buy from. And I just started finding it pretty fascinating. Like he would show videos of like the dyeing process and like how it looked like in the pan, and then watching Arcane Fibers really did give me the bug. It's true. And I was just like, that is so cool because it would be in the pan, but then it would look totally different after it dried and everything. So I was like, that's intriguing. So when I was looking into like where I wanted to take my business, it was like, do I want to bring in another hand dyer? Yeah, you know. Sorry, I'm watching Austin's comments. Do I want to bring in another hand dyer, or do I want to start it myself? And usually I spend about $8,000 to $10,000 on my store a year, bringing in something new or providing something different. And so I decided that this year I wanted it to be our own set of things, our own personal touch. Just because locally we don't have anything here that does anything like that. Well, I guess there might be other things that are that interesting, but um, I guess just honestly to bring a more personal touch, and I can make a little more money off of dyeing it myself. Technically my time is replaced by money. So technically it's not really making a lot more money. It just looks like a lot, or not a lot, but like a little more money. So it was just kind of like, I hope this is a good business move. Plus I'd like to kind of try something new, bring a personal touch to our local yarn shop. So I guess technically watching Arcane Fibers gave me the bug, and I decided it was good go.
But it's great content.
It is great content. People are always excited to see like the process. I didn't really do a lot of recording this last week because I was just trying to get in and get stuff done. But people, I mean, I don't know. It's just very interesting to people. And I mean, like I said, I got the bug from watching Arcane Fibers. So, I mean, I still love watching other people do it. And yeah, and that's even after, starting to do it myself. And it's a lot of fun. Like I didn't realize it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And I didn't really think I'd be very good at it. I mean, always I'm going to have room for improvement. My first dyes are probably not going to look as good as my dyes 5 years from now. But I feel like so far, like I'm surprising myself. Like
I
I'm
think
just like,
Totality came out
oh,
amazing.
thank you. That was so nerve-wracking for me. There was so much pressure on me. I was like, everybody's expecting me to do amazing, but I don't know if I can do amazing. Like, so Totality came out. Let's see, I did one pan and I was like, oh, almost there. So I did the colors were pretty much on point. They just weren't as rich as I wanted them to be for Path of Totality. But I felt like with it being the Total Eclipse yarn and my first dye, I felt the pressure. Like I was just like, this is so nerve-wracking. But I think we ended up selling like 80 skeins of that. So that was exciting. But to be honest, that color kind of looks ugly to me now. I've seen it so much. So,
But it's one of those that not only is it this, neat first dye lot, but it also has the meaning behind, Paragold being right there in the Path of Totality. So it's
right.
got that
I know
memory, memorial effect.
Right. Well, and I think one of the reasons I was also so stressed was right, it had the memory attached to it. So if it didn't look good, the memory wasn't going to look good, kind of like that. And then it's my first dye and everything. So just being my first release was like the pressure was very on for that. For me, not even from really other people, just from myself, the pressure was on. So yeah, that one turned out and it really,
critics, so.
right, we are. I really think we are. But yeah, it was exciting, and I'm enjoying getting to create new colorways and write down the recipes. And I've at this point, like I've actually even re-dyed batches by my written recipe, because that's the one thing I was most concerned about in dyeing yarn was like, can I still get it close? Because hand dyeing, it's known for varying. That's why it's so popular, because not one skein's the same, but you can still get it almost the same. So when I started dyeing like second batches and stuff, I was a little nervous about that, because I was like, what if I end up, accidentally doing, like, I wrote something down and it makes it all different. But I actually had 2 lots dyed, and Caitlin that comes in, she made a top out of our Unraveled colorway, and she bought a skein from my first lot and a second skein from my second lot to finish the top, and you couldn't even tell.
Oh,
And I was so thrilled. Now that's probably not going to happen every time, but the fact was you couldn't see a huge dye lot difference, and I was just like, like I was just like, okay, that's good. Because usually by the time I'm dyeing more, I've sold out, so I don't have it to compare to.
Mm-hmm. Well, even if you're buying from, big brands, from one dye lot to the next, you have to worry. So I can imagine it's even more varied with hand dye.
Right. So the nice thing about hand dyed, though, is if you're experienced at all in hand dyed, most people know the variations are going to happen. Like, it's not a guarantee that they're not. So if they have a large project that they want to work on, they know to buy it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't, that's fine. They can still buy. But I know that that most people, when they get into that, where they think, I'm going to make a sweater, it's like, I always advise people, I'm like, you don't have to buy it all at once, but your dye lots will stay closer together if you buy it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Big box stores, and even the stores we have in here, dye lots can vary. Specifically a lot with smaller dyers. Like, Cascade does a pretty good job of keeping their dye lots pretty close, but occasionally we will get the skein or the pack or two that is a dye lot off, and you can tell it's almost the same color, but it is a little off.
Mm-hmm.
But like the bigger box stores, I guess they have more of unless they like change a supplier, like who's dyeing their yarn, it almost stays true. But it can vary. So you have less worry when it comes to like the bigger stores. But like I said, when it comes to hand dyed, you're definitely going to expect that. And if you don't know that, then that was my laundry alarm. Sorry, that's what I covered.
It was like we lost her sound for a second.
Sorry, my laundry alarm went off. It's my reminder.
Austin, it's
Switch
time
laundry.
for you to swap the laundry over.
Yeah, have Gwyneth go switch the laundry.
I mean, hey, you got to have alarms for things like that.
Hey, when if you're in a large family, you have to get organized. I'm not perfect at it. I'm horrible at organizing, but that alarm only works half the time. Oh, good job. That alarm only works half the time, but that makes it better than not any of the time. So.
Well, you just need to get fancy like us, and our washer and dryer are connected to the Wi-Fi, and they send us messages whenever they're done, and then it'll send you like another message that says, "Hey, there's been damp laundry in the
Are you still
washing machine
getting
for
the
30 minutes."
messages?
Yeah.
Okay, I stopped getting them at some point.
Oh, yeah, I still get those.
That is awesome. Because we do tend to leave laundry. We just get busy, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, that's been in there for 2 days. And whoa, folded. Wow.
Kudos to
Look
Austin.
at you guys go. Yeah. He's actually quite the helper around the house. We believe in split jobs, and so he's really good at doing his, I don't know, we both give 100%, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Although sometimes I'll be like, go do that. And he'll be like, I just did. Like, it's your turn. And I'll be like, I'm growing your baby. Go.
You can only use that one for a few more months this time.
Well, technically 6. So we still got half a year to go. And after that, I'm usually like, I'm stuck nursing the baby. So I got
She's
it like
got
a
it
year and
all lined.
I've got it all lined out. He knows that. Split jobs. I'm doing it. I'm good at doing half a job.
I
Well,
can relate.
hey, if I give him a list, it's completed. It gets completed.
Eventually.
Actually, I gave him one. He stayed home with the kids all day yesterday while I dyed yarn. And I, after he got up, I was like, I left a list on the fridge of things that need done. And I put like specifically like jobs for the kids and like, this is what I need done. The kitchen cleaned, which means counters also cleared off, like decluttered, perfectly clean, spotless. I came home and it was perfect.
So if I give a detailed list to Larry, it may get done.
Can he read? I'm sorry.
Speaking of reading and split jobs, though, I really like the colorway that you are just releasing that goes with Austin's book.
The book club. I'm sorry, Larry. I just know I can pick on you and you can take it. Well, at least you make it look like you can take it. Maybe you cry later, but I don't know.
It's a lot. It's all right. I'm honestly, I've heard a lot worse.
I'm sure. Whip crack sounds. What?
The doing her coming up. Look at this. Watch this. She does not like that. No,
Don't.
the whip crack sound was related to the comment about if she makes a detailed list, maybe I'll get it done.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I forgot about that. Have you seen that episode of Big Bang?
Which one?
The one where like they all have women and then they like have the whip crack sound on their phones and every time their women tell them to do something, they just play it. Yeah. We haven't seen Big Bang, so we've been slowly working our way through it.
Okay.
So yeah, we're a little late to the game.
Sad when it ended.
Don't tell me the ending.
Oh, well, the last episode, it ends.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Yeah. So helpful.
Well, listen, I've never been accused of being very helpful.
Oh,
Needing help.
My stomach and muscles are hurting from laughing too much.
That's not something that we've been accused of being the cause of before, honey.
No. Well, I mean, people are used to laughing at me, but
I have no muscles left. 6 pregnancies, 5th kid. Like there are no muscles in my stomach.
Steel and Stitches is based here in Paragould, Arkansas.
I got that yarn to make a teddy bear with.
Yes.
I gotta get it to you. But yeah, the yarn that the book club book was a beautiful cover. Like from Weber's Book House. I was excited because it seems like every time they've done a book house. Can you hear me?
Yes, I was telling Larry to pop up the image of what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. My sound feels weird all of a sudden. But no, the last few books they've done, I've thought about doing a colorway, but there just wasn't a lot of color on the book cover. Like it was just kind of boring. I was like, I can't really pull anything from this. And then Austin had that one, and I was like, turquoise blue, my favorite. Let's do this. So I was really excited about it. It did not picture, the pictures didn't take as good.
Oh, okay.
I would like to do it every month, but like I said, not every book cover has a nice cover.
No.
The book itself might be good, but the book cover is not always great. But that one was great.
Our son is home.
Aha.
Sorry about the dogs.
Rolo.
One.
Rolo.
What kind of dog is he?
Rolo is a Basenji Yorkie mix, and then Reese's a Min Pin.
Okay.
Yes, I said your name. Be quiet. Thank you for telling us.
Our dogs have been so hyper lately. We've been letting them outside, but they stink.
Mm. But where were we? Oh yes, the colorway.
I did post. I don't know if I did actually post the yarn earlier. So
Yeah, it's hang on, I'll pull that up.
because the yarn's in the background, that was kind of the sneak peek picture.
Wait, that's weird.
That's cool.
No, wait, hang on. No, hey, let's try this. This is what I meant to do. There. We really need like a technology guy to do all this technology stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really helpful if we had somebody whose job all day is IT.
Yeah. I say, I was just fumbling around trying to hurry up and get the app on here because I realized there was an app and not the Safari earlier. So I was just like, it's not working. Slightly freaking out. But yeah, I was pretty excited about how that one turned out. I'd like to see, I want to get it knitted and crocheted up to see what it looks like.
It's gonna look really cool. And now I want to read the book too.
I know the book sounds really good. I don't read a whole lot, but I really do love a thriller.
Well,
I told us
go into uh, the App Store, the indie.
the Libro. Is it Libro,
Yes.
Austin? Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing that today, downloading the book and listening to it because I have some projects to work on, specifically the yarn crawl tee that I'm probably not going to finish before yarn crawl.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have mine done in time.
The picture, I forgot. That's another thing that's happening on Saturday.
Yeah, I won't
I
be
just,
here to
I
get that.
messed it up. I messed it up so many times it set me back on time. But I'll at least put it on unfinished. Libro FM. Yeah, Libro.fm Lovers Bookhouse. It's really hard because Austin reads these books and I'll be like, what's it about? And he'll be like, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, ooh, it sounds good. And I'll be like, maybe I'll read that. And then like a month later, I'll be like, okay, just tell me how it ends. Because I was like, I'm not going to read it.
I feel that. I want to
Mhm.
read a lot more than I do, and I just I don't know. I guess
I think
I guess there's time I'm just not disciplined enough to make the time to do it. So
that is my issue right now because reading's not my natural bend. Like I don't think, ooh, I want to go pick up a book. Like it's not my natural bend. Um, and I never was much of a reader. I would read occasionally, but I never found something interesting that really piqued my interest. And then when Austin opened the bookstore, I was like, oh, all these books, they're so pretty. I want to read, but now, I have 4 kids. Like what free time I have to work on projects. Or like when I am resting, I'm scrolling Instagram and Reels instead of thinking I could go read a book. So I'm not sure how to break that habit.
The Libro FM while working on projects.
Right. I have done that. I started a book from there a couple of weeks ago, but I ended up not finishing it. It kind of got boring.
I'll get the new book club book and we can listen to it as we're driving for the yarn crawl. How's that sound?
Oh
okay,
yeah, that sounds fun. Austin and I love horror stories. So one of the things we did, what was our last trip? We traveled at night. We traveled at night because it's easier with kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much fun traveling in the dark, but it's a lot of fun if you play a horror story.
So as the fog comes rolling in,
hmm So I think the last one we listened to was one of Darcy Coates' horror stories. Something winter, but I think she's got a couple that have titles winter. But that was creepy. That was creepy.
Dead of winter, Austin says.
Yeah, dead of winter. Yeah. Oh, that was so creepy. It was so creepy, and the ending was like horrible. Like horrible.
Sorry, that was, creepy books and driving in the middle of the night made me remember back years ago when I had a broken antenna on my car. So as long as I was in town near radio stations, my radio would work. But when I got out of town away from the radio stations, I didn't pick up anything. And I was driving through um, southern Arkansas. I was on Highway 65 between Little Rock and Jackson. So it's nothing but flat farmlands and nothing. And I pushed the scan button and my radio is just spinning looking for something, probably going on like that for an hour or so. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it lands on a locally broadcast football game.
Oh my
But it
gosh.
was just, I've been driving in dead silence for so long. And now they're going to send it the 20, the 15, it's a touchdown.
I bet that it just about made you wreck your car.
I'd have been out.
You
like,
were awake, weren't you?
Yeah, I was awake. Yeah.
They say one of the best, which, now you probably could download stuff for that, but one of the best ways, like if you're having trouble to not falling asleep on your way home, is to like play a comedy show because it keeps you laughing, like an alert. We tried it once. It did okay. It's hard for us to find anything funny though. We're picky about funny. At least when it comes to comedians.
I was once told I could be a comedian. I stand up and people start laughing at me. No?
I mean, I don't know if just standing up would make people laugh at you. You might try opening your mouth though.
Fair point.
Oh.
I mean, you walk into the shop and we're usually laughing at you, so.
Apparently, I'm walking into lots of things tonight.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Any other questions for Petra?
I don't think so. I think that's all the questions I had. So I was just
Okay.
anything else you'd like to share? Anything related to the yarn crawl? I mean, I think it's just because we're always looking at it from the the customer side. This is never really had a chance to kind of peek behind the curtain and see life from the yarn shop side of things. So I appreciate giving us a little peek into kind of some of the stuff that you do and
Yeah.
what goes into getting ready for an event like the yarn crawl and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really is. It's a lot of work, but anything worth doing is work. So, but I would say that a lot of the stores tend to do their own thing. So if you keep up with their Facebook page too throughout crawl, some people will have their own giveaways going in their store. I haven't decided if we're doing one again this year. I know we did one last year. I don't know if we're going to do a giveaway this year. Or like extra classes or like a knit day where everybody meets at the same time. So actually that is something our stitch and day actually not to, next weekend. What is this 13th?
13th is tomorrow. 20th is the first Saturday of the crawl. The 27th
Right.
is the Saturday following.
Okay, so we're not having a stitch and day, or at least a planned stitch day. You can come in and knit, of course, anytime. But we're
What
not
if
having.
I wanted to come in and crochet?
Well, crochet, knit or crochet, or whatever your fiber art is. You can of course come in. I'm just not doing like the planned snacks and stuff. But the last day of yarn crawl will be our bi-weekly stitch and day, whatever you want to call it. Whenever it falls perfectly, and I actually say it's there.
Okay, so when we're back in town on the 27th is going to be.
Yes. Yeah. So not the 22nd, but the 27th is our planned stitch and day. Now, of course, I'm not going to discourage anyone from coming in and knitting or crocheting.
And for anybody that has not been to Unraveled/Weber's, they do have very comfy couches that you can sit down and read your book while you're crocheting or meandering. Let your
Yep.
better half meander while you work on your fiber art.
That happens a lot, actually.
It's a comfy little corner there.
Yeah. I wish we could get a little more AC in that corner. The sun bakes in those windows. It's not been too bad the last couple days, though. I think the sun's changed a bit.
Well, it is starting to.
Technically, the days are starting to get shorter,
Yeah.
by a
True.
minute or so a day. So
I'm really ready for it to get dark at 7:30 because I need my kids to be in bed at 7.
7:30, yes. 4:30 now.
I don't like the 4:30 dark. No. However, wintertime in the bookshop is a lot of fun when it gets dark. I don't know why, but it's chilly, it's dark out. If you're looking in, you can see inside. So like in the bookshop and the yarn shop, when it's like 4:30 to 7, I
it's
don't know,
perfect
it's
read
romantic.
weather.
It's perfect, yeah. Perfect knit, chill weather.
You need
So.
to get you like one of those like fake fireplaces to stick over in the corner in the around by the couches.
We have one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I guess I
We
never
had it
noticed.
last year. We just weren't open at dark for you to be able to see it.
Okay.
But we will be this year. Because we're open till 7 now. 1 to 7. We moved our hours to afternoon. Which
And
seems to be working out okay.
maybe we'll have some, instead of some hot cider, we'll have some Wessel for.
Mm. We need to get. I'm trying to figure out like some cool events to do, but I haven't really looked into them. But it would be so fun to get Juniper Tree out here to set up for some sort of like book event where
I
they
would
serve
show
like
up for
their
that.
mulled cider and stuff. So I don't know. I need to talk to them and see if that's even an option. But maybe if Austin does that. Oh, that book thing again. What was that called? It's some weird long name.
Yeah.
Book of Blood. I don't know.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was really bad.
Waka
But
Waka.
yeah, whatever that was.
No, Waka
Maybe if
Flocka.
he
That's a
does
band.
that no one can pronounce, sure, that would advertise as well. But yeah, so maybe we can get them out there for that. But I don't know. That's probably their busy time of year too. So anyway.
I noticed he didn't comment in with the proper pronunciation of that one.
Probably not. He's probably on the other end going, oh, she never gets words right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, Jal. I still can't say it even
that
if it's
thing
spelled.
right there to people.
Whatever Austin said, it's like this Christmassy book chocolate exchange thing.
So everybody contributes and you get to pick a book to open up and it's a surprise.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have them out there for something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be fun. So we'll have to figure it out. I've had a delay in my comments. Oh.
Well, thank you for coming to the rescue.
If it's about correcting grammar, to the rescue he comes.
That's why Austin likes to correct you, grammar.
The look that you guys give each other sometimes. It's almost scary. It's like, should I step back? Because I feel like there's about to be a chicken fight.
It's so funny because honestly, we enjoy each other probably more than we should. Love each other to death. And only occasionally do things go flying.
Yeah. No, that's how
Notice
Austin
made
and I
sure
are.
The cup was out of the way first.
Oh, good. What? I wouldn't have thought that through. I would have just thrown and reaped the repercussions. Oh, that's adorable. Is it a pineapple turtle?
This is the
Oh
pineapple
my
turtle.
gosh! It's adorable.
Yep.
It's adorable. I love it. Is
Is
that?
that her
I feel
coffee?
like that needs to be okay. So you have the whale. Now she needs the pineapple turtle right there.
Is it Meg's Makes Crochet? Is that it? So
What?
there's a somebody who creates patterns. Meg's Makes Crochet, and she and I'm probably going to get some of the details wrong, but there's this turtle, Tofu the turtle, and there is a series of alternate shell patterns that has been created for the turtle. So there's this.
They just dropped the mod packet
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
beginning of the month.
so there's
Did
like
you see?
25 ish different mod patterns for the shells. Sorry, I'll shut up
I
now.
sent. I sent you a reel, Stealing or Elizabeth. I sent you a
Yes,
reel.
I did.
Okay, I don't. I haven't been on Instagram to check to see if you saw it, but I
I
thought
didn't
it had
I
like
didn't
all of the
reply, but I did see
accessories.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was like, oh, it almost looks like something you would put together. I know that's probably going to be a little more work than maybe you'd want to do, but I was like, I'm gonna send it to her just in
I appreciated it.
case.
Yeah, I think that is something that I will do, not right this moment, but
Right, like a future idea
yes,
for sure.
it is filed away.
Yeah. Well, you always have all the cute little toys and the knickknacks. So, and I like August almost took one from you last time because it was just, and I was like, no, you can't just take that off a shelf.
He's like,
It's
but
not a
it's
toy.
cute.
I know.
Well, see, that's
So,
what happens since he was itty bitty and there was octopi there. So,
yeah, exactly. Right. Texture as well. So,
yeah.
but yeah.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you coming out, and I know that you've got you need to get home to Austin before he pulls out his hair, and you're
Probably already happened.
take care of your lovely children.
She needs to
And
get
Hmm.
off her feet.
Well, I've been off my feet actually. I'm okay. I've been sitting this whole time. It's actually time to get on my feet.
so, but I appreciate you coming out, and thank you for telling us about
Yeah.
the yarn crawl. Um,
Yeah, not a problem.
next
I'm glad you
next
had me out.
weekend is the yarn crawl. It starts. I think here, let me pull that back up.
Man, when you
See
say
which
next
one is
weekend,
when.
that gives me a panic attack.
Next weekend.
He does
Because I'm
those
like,
things
oh
to me
crap.
all the time.
No, I need the reminders because I'm just bad with time. But I need to get some more yarn dyed. That's why I'm panicking.
Oops, wrong clicky. Clicky here. There.
Click, click.
Yeah, too
And
many clickies.
there's just before you head off, there's like the beehive right there at the bottom of the state. It's under
Yeah.
yarn. You
Hmm.
almost can't see it, so just don't miss that one.
Oh no, it is on our list. I actually mapped out as soon as these came in and we had the addresses. Um,
So, are you guys going to try and hit every one?
We will hit everyone.
Nice.
that's
Nice.
why I was
Um,
panicking and wanting dates and times for
right.
some of the ones that don't have the hours like you do,
Yeah.
because one of
Um,
them is not a brick and mortar.
what kind of driving time are you guys looking at?
A lot.
Well, yeah,
um,
but
so we're not going to do it all in one day. We're going to do it over a couple
well,
of days,
huh.
and tentatively the way it's going to work is we're planning on um, hitting Hot Springs Fiber Company, Arkansas Yarn Company, and Knit Unto Others on Friday. Is that all
Now,
we're
what
doing?
he means
Okay.
is we're planning on hitting Arkansas Yarn Company, Knit Unto Others, and Beehive on Friday.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yes, because Hot Springs is on their way back out from the bottom of the
So it's a little bit fluid as to the order that we're going to do them in. But we're looking at probably we'll hit about three of them on Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the idea is to end the day Friday in, that's not Malvern. Is it Malvern?
Yeah.
It's inward where the beehive is. That's
Mina,
what,
Mina.
is
Mina.
that
no,
Mina?
it's not Mina. That's where
No,
we're
that's
spending the
Rich
day.
Magnolia.
Mountain.
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to end the
Yeah.
day Friday in Magnolia. Then on
Okay.
Saturday, we will pick up whatever we missed in the southern part, and we're going to head up to northwest Arkansas. Um,
Okay.
just so happens that I have family that lives in Northwest Arkansas, so we're going to go combine the yarn crawl with getting to see some family and spend some family time.
Oh,
And then
good.
on Monday we will pick up
You missed
the
something
last couple.
important on Sunday.
We're going to Silver Dollar City,
Yeah.
Ooh, fun.
and while we're over there on Monday, before we hit the last two yarn shops and come home, I get to go get an eye exam.
Oh, there you go. Yay, you. Um, yeah, believe it or not, I'm a Missouri girl and only been to Silver Dollar City once, and I was like 4 months old, so I don't even remember it.
That's sad.
Well, which part of Missouri are you from?
Donovan.
Okay, so you're from like this part of Missouri
Podunk.
over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I'm from
you're
Missouri too,
from
but I'm from this part of Missouri right over here.
Yeah.
So,
Which part? What over there? What town?
so well, I lived out in the middle of nowhere, but you would, if you were, this is Fayetteville, and then you have Springdale and Rogers and Bentonville and Bella Vista,
Yep.
then you got the state line, and then
Yeah.
just north of that, a few miles right about there.
I
I
mean,
grew up in the country in McDonald County, and I was in the Pineville School District, the Jane Telephone Exchange, and the Noel address. Or,
that's how
Wow.
podunk his area was.
yeah.
wow. Yeah.
So
My
for
area was
translation
podunk,
into
but I don't
Noel,
think it was quite that podunk.
His rural route is now named after his family.
However, the town I grew up in is one of the top 10 for drug use, so
oh,
there's
well,
that.
Congrats for getting out of there to
Yeah.
North Central.
I mean, when I moved down here and not everybody had sunken eyes, I was like, what is this place?
it's weird.
People complain about Paragold's drug problem, and I'm like, just go live where I lived for a while.
From coming from Jersey, I understand.
Yeah. But yeah. No, it's not a bad town. I think it's improved a lot over the years, but I mean, it can be a bad town, but like I said, it's
So
improved a lot over the years.
You said that buy-in for the shops was about $200 in gifts, and there's 8 shops. So total gift value.
I thought she said 250, which would make the total
Yeah,
gift value 2,000.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah,
And that's only split into 4 prizes. And then a couple of the stores reached out to suppliers for extra samples, and I believe they're putting a couple of those in there too.
Oh wow.
So there might be
even
some
if
extras in
anybody
there,
can
too.
only get out and hit their local yarn shop and get into that entry level, there's still
It's still
definitely
a nice
worth trying.
prize. It's still a nice prize. All of them looked really great last year. I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to get pictures of the prizes this year. But I know they just now organized them because they were still waiting on a few of us. I kind of got mine out a little late. So they were waiting on me.
But if nothing
But
else,
yeah.
go pick up your passport and your bag while the supplies last. And
Yep.
say
We
hi
got
to
a lot
your-
of them. I still have a lot of them here unraveled. So
We'll be starting our trip on the 19th.
Yep.
Bright and squirrely.
happy crawling.
Thank you.
It ought to be fun.
Yeah. Take
I
me
don't know
with
if
you.
Well,
I have to be a store owner. I can't go. That is the one downside.
Yeah, they
But I
We
usually-
should train the kids up so that they can
disqualify you
run
from
it,
winning
and
something
then-
anyway.
That's probably not going to happen for another 10 years. But they're trying. They're trying to take over everything.
All right, guys, thanks so much. I think we're going to wrap it up and let you get home. We've been on here for about an hour now.
Time
having
flies
fun.
when you're having fun. Yeah, it was
is.
fun.
It's been a lot of fun. We should do it again sometime.
Yeah,
Maybe
you should have Austin on here too. Although he's an introvert, he's not quite as talkative as me. But
So
I've
what
kinda-
I'm
I've picked up
hearing
on
is that Larry needs, Sidetracks and Splinters needs to do one with you and Austin
Yeah.
on his sidetracks one, and
Yeah.
you guys can do Austin the way we did Larry.
Yeah. Yep. That might be the best route. Austin he does a lot of talking, but he talks better if I don't know. He's just an introvert. And I'm an extrovert.
When he's got something to talk about, then he'll speak.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
All right.
but yeah, thanks
Well,
so much
thank
for
you so
having me on here. Yeah, it was
Thanks for being
a
here.
ton of fun. Yeah.
All right. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Have a good yarn
All right.
crawl.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Y'all too.
probably tomorrow anyway. But if we don't see you before, then we'll see you at the yarn crawl for sure.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. See you.
All right. Bye.